Hello to my Flamazing kindergarten artist. Welcome to Art with Miss P this week. This week's lesson is going to be an owl sitting in a tree at night. It's going to be based on the book Little Owl's Night. I posted the link to the read along to that book, so I hope you take some time to watch it. It's a really neat story and it's got some beautiful artwork in it. Might give you some ideas for your owl. So the project is going to be a mixed media project this week. That means we're going to combine two medias. We're going to draw, which is one media, and collage, which is the second media. All right, here's what your project looks like finished. So you're going to have a really big owl with lots of color on it. So you're going to have a colorful owl sitting on a branch at night. But I haven't glued this down yet, so I'm going to take it apart. We're going to draw your owl on a piece of white paper and color it, and then we're going to cut it out and we're going to glue it onto a black piece of paper. And on this paper, we're going to use a white crayon or a white color pencil, ever which one you have. Crayon would be a little bit better than a white color pencil, but either one will work. And we're going to design a nighttime background with a big full moon, and we're going to put some stars in our sky. And then after you draw and color and cut your owl out, we're going to collage it. Collage means we're going to paste it on to this background right here. And it's hard to do with my fingers. And glue it on like this right here. So you will have a super duper colorful owl on a nighttime background. So you're going to need a lot of things for this project. You're going to need a white piece of paper, a black piece of paper, a white crayon, or a white color pencil. Either one works, but a crayon would work better. You're going to need markers. And if you have a Sharpie at home, a black Sharpie, because we are going to outline our shapes. If you don't have a black Sharpie, then you can use a black color pencil or a black crayon. And then you're going to need your scissors and your glue stick. So gather up those items, meet me over in my studio, and let's get busy on our colorful owl at night. Hello friends, and welcome to Art with Miss P this week. So here's everything you need for this lesson. You're going to need your pencil and eraser, so make sure you have that. A black Sharpie if you have it. If you don't, then a black crayon or a black color pencil works great. A white crayon or a white color pencil, your white paper, your black paper, your crayons, and your markers, because we're going to use both of those. So get those items, friends, and let's get started on our picture. All right, the first thing you're going to use is your black paper. So get your black paper only and your crayon or your white color pencil, ever which one you have. Crayon works better, so if you have that, let's use that. All right, we're going to draw our nighttime sky first. So right back here, you're going to, or on this side, it does not matter which side of the paper you draw it on, draw a big circle. And then you're going to color in your circle all white. This is going to be your moon. Now, I want to see neat coloring. We want a solid white circle. I don't want to see any spaghetti coloring or anything like that. Let's concentrate on nice, even coloring. So when you're done, you've got a nice white circle for your moon. And you can color this direction and then come back and color across it going the opposite direction. That helps smooth out and get rid of those black spots that we see, because we don't want too much of the black paper showing through, because we want a nice white circle for our moon. Okay, so there's my moon. Now we're going to put some stars, and we're going to do really easy stars. We're going to draw an X, and then we're going to put a line through it like that. And we're going to make some small, some medium size, and some big. So we're going to spread our stars out all across our paper. Now, if you notice, my stars are not touching. So we don't want our stars to touch. Just spread them out very quickly all over your paper so it looks like that. So we've got our moon and our stars. We are now done with this paper. So we're going to put this paper off to the side. And now we're going to get our white paper. And you're going to need your pencil and your eraser for this part. So now we're going to draw our owl. So the first line you're going to draw is a really big letter U. We're going to start right up here at the top, not all the way at the top, but close to the top. And we're going to draw a line down almost to the bottom of our paper, but not quite. And we're going to come back up like this. So you drew a giant letter U, almost to the bottom of your paper, but not quite. We need a little bit of space right there for our tree limb. And then for our head of our owl, we're going to draw a curved line like this. So it's almost like a frown, a curved line. Then you're going to come off this corner right here and you're going to give your owl an ear like that and an ear like that. And then you want to erase the line right here where your ear meets the body of your owl, because you want it to look like it's all one shape. So erase that little line right there so your ear blends right in to the face, to the head of your owl. The next thing we're going to draw are two really big eyes. Now, these are going to be big. Owls have big eyes. So a big circle. Then you're going to put another circle right beside it. And you want these two circles to be side by side and be the same size. So two really big circles with a small circle inside like that right there. So now we've got the two eyes for our owl. To draw the beak of our owl, we're going to draw an upside down triangle right here. So a horizontal line and two diagonal lines like that right there. An upside down triangle for the beak. All right, our owl has two wings, and our owl is sitting. So he's not flying, he is sitting. So we're going to tuck our wings in. Here's how we're going to draw wings. We're going to draw a curved line from here all the way down to the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing right over here, a curved line coming in. Then we're going to put another curved line that's parallel right beside it. Parallel means two lines that run side by side, but they do not touch. And then we're going to put another parallel line right there. So you've got three lines, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do the same thing right here and put our third line right here. So now our owl has two wings. To make the face of our owl, we're going to come back up here to our nose and we're going to draw a curved line from this point right here on the beak to the wing. So we're going to draw a curved line like this and then come to this side of our beak and draw a curved line like this all the way out to our wing. So everything right here is the face of our owl, the wings, and this area is going to be the body. This is where we're going to put some feathers in just a minute. Down here, we're going to draw 2 feet. Now, we don't see the legs of our owl because he's sitting on the tree branch. So all you're going to see are his claws like that. So we're going to make a line and then a zigzag line like that for his 2 claws. Now that we know where his claws are, we know where to put the branch. So we're going to draw a line right here, and it's going to go right behind our owl. We're not going to see it until it comes out right here. Then we have to put another line right here. I'm going to skip over my feet. I don't want to draw this line through my owl's feet, and continue it all the way to the edge of my paper. So my tree branch runs from one side of my paper all the way over to the other. So there's the tree branch that our owl is sitting on. All right, the last thing we need to do is we need to put in our feathers. Here's how we're going to draw these feathers. Bump lines. So I'm going to draw bump lines like this right here, all the way across. And then I'm going to skip down and draw another line of bump lines. Now, look how far I have them spaced out. I have them spaced out a lot. We don't need to draw them really close together. So I'm going to skip down right here, and I'm going to draw another set of bump lines. This type of line is what we use to create feathers. If we were drawing a fish or something that had scales on it, like a fish or a mermaid, we would use these lines too. We also use these bump lines in our haunted house or our spooky house project for the roof tiles. You can also use this type of bump line to draw water. So once you learn how to draw this bump line, you're going to use it a lot in art. Today, we're using it to make feathers on our owl. And I spaced them apart, so you've got space in between there. So now, friends, that is our owl. We are done with the drawing. So get your Sharpie. If you have a black Sharpie, that's great. If you don't, then use a black crayon. And we are going to Sharpie over all of our pencil lines. So we want to very carefully trace over all of our pencil lines. So get your Sharpie or your black crayon, ever which you have, and trace over all those pencil lines. So let's get this done so we can move to the next step. Okay, now that we have finished sharpening all of our pencil lines, I'm taking my eraser and I am very quickly going over my Sharpie lines, and I am erasing any pencil lines that my Sharpie did not cover. You will have that when you trace with a Sharpie. So we want to erase those pencil lines because we want our artwork to be neat. We want to have good craftsmanship. That means our artwork is neat. So we want to get rid of those pencil lines that our Sharpie did not cover. So do that really quickly. Okay, so I have erased all of my pencil lines. So we are now ready to color. All right, here's my owl right here. And my owl is very colorful, so you can choose whatever colors you want. You want to choose a dark color right here for your eyes. I chose black, but you could do a dark blue or a dark purple. Just choose a dark color. Do not color this part of the eye. We're going to leave that white so we have good contrast. And then you can color the face of your owl whatever color you want. I chose an orange marker with pink inside my ears right there. Choose whatever color you want to do for your feathers. I did red, but I did a red crayon and a red marker, so that way I have light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. It creates a nice contrast. I did purple wings, so I have a purple marker and a purple crayon. Again, I've got that dark, light, so I've got nice contrast. I did yellow for his feet. I wish I had done yellow for his beak, but I did orange instead, but you do whatever color. And then brown down here for my tree branch. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to add in some lines like this right here on my tree branch, just so it looks like I have texture. All right, so get your crayons, your markers, choose your colors, get your owl colored, whatever color you want to do. Use a combination of marker and crayon so you've got those nice lights and darks. And then we'll move to the next stage after that. So let's get our owl colored. Okay, friends, so I have finished coloring my owl. Everything is colored. I made sure I left my eyes white, so we've got good contrast. So now it's time to get your scissors, and we are going to cut our owl out. We're going to cut along our black line here all the way around to here. So a couple of things with our scissors. In the small hole, this is where our thumb goes and our fingers go here. Our thumb is always on top, so we chop, chop, chop this way. Scissors always face away from us when we're cutting. Don't turn your hand this way. That's dangerous. Also, it really hurts your wrist. So we want to keep our wrist like this, thumb on top, and we move our thumb up and down so we can chop, chop our scissors, and our scissors always face away from us. So we're going to cut our owl out, and you notice my scissors are away from me. I turn my paper to cut. I don't turn my hand. And I carefully cut along my black line on the outside, and then cut into these little spots right here if you chose to do your owl's ears like this. And then again, my scissors are still facing away from me. They're not facing my body. And we are cutting our owl out. And we're going to get these little marks right here. You're going to have a lot of paper left over after you cut your owl, so make sure you clean up. You don't want to leave a mess behind for your mom or dad to clean up. We always clean up after ourselves after we do art, just like we do in the classroom. So I'm almost done cutting my owl out. I've got this little area right down here to cut, and then I will be done. So carefully cut your owl. Make sure you're concentrating on keeping your hand facing away from your body, so your scissors are facing away from your body, not turning your wrist and turning your scissors to face your body. That would not be the safe way to do it. So I'm going to get rid of my trash. And now I am ready to get my background. Right here's my background. Put my scissors away. Here's my background, and you're going to get your glue stick and make sure that when you put glue on everything, get all those edges. We don't want anything peeling up. So we want to get glue all the way out to our edges. We don't want to forget these little spots down here. And then very carefully line your owl up and then press it down. And now we've got our owl glued down, and we've got a nice colorful owl at night. If you want to come back in with your crayon, like right here, I'm going to come back in and add a star right here. Fill in some of those little spots. You can. I'm going to make my moon a little bit bigger. So I'm going to do a little bit what we call manipulation right here. So make my moon a little bit bigger right there. And we're all done. So there is your owl at night. I look forward to seeing your awesome, colorful owls at night. Until next time, friends, peace, love, and sparkles from Miss P.